In the world of espresso, the industry produces high-end espresso machines just to improve quality in our cups and to take baristas' experience to the next level. However, since 2008, Marzocco released the GS3, it has been a great machine. It will have two versions, the MP and the AV. The MP stands for the manual paddle, while the AV stands for the auto volumetrics. This is not my machine. My follower requested me to make a video using the GS3, so I decided to do a rental machine. I got this machine from Q Coffee. Well, Q Coffee is a maintenance company in UAE. They produce high quality service. If you are looking forward as a business owner to start up, especially a coffee shop, you have no idea how to go about it, then Q Coffee will be a great help to you because they'll walk you through the kind of machine you need, how to set up your bar, as well as your machine maintenance will be top notch. Now, if you want to purchase any coffee accessories, new machines, then Q Coffee will be a great help to you. Thanks so much, Q Coffee, for giving me this machine to make this video. In this video, I'll not review the machine. I'll just walk you through the basic things you need to know, like how to extract coffee, how to program the volumetrics using this particular machine. So it's a dual boiler system. Each boiler is responsible for a particular task. You can steam your milk, you can brew your coffee at the same time. Consistency is perfect. Now, the steam boiler here is a 3.5 liters, while the brew boiler is a 1.5 liter, which is really amazing. It do have a digital PID that allows the barista to manipulate with different temperature based on the fact that we have different roast profiles. The way you brew a light roast coffee, it is different when you brew a medium roast coffee or a more developed roast coffee. That is why Marzocco allow the system so baristas will have full control when using this particular machine. So you can brew any coffee the way you want. It do have a saturated group head. Now, what Marzocco did, they tried to improve consistency in extraction. I think is a point of concern. It do have a cool steam touch. So when you steam your milk, you can hold this. No more burning. So you can steam your milk, you can hold this thing. It is okay, it is fine. It will not burn. It's not the old version. You do have the hot water section right here. If you're making your tea or Americano, whatever thing you're making, then this will do the job. You do have here, we have one gauge which is for the steam pressure, and also we have here the other gauge for the brew pressure. So when you extract a coffee, you will see how many pressure, how many bars you are brewing your coffee, which is really important. So you do have a 3.5 liter tank, but again the machine is already plumbed out, so you can either plumb the machine out or you can use the tank right there. You do have a drip tray. Now, this machine is really amazing. Now, compared to the MP, which is a manual paddle, I really prefer this, especially if you have a small business. Now, this is really good because you can easily set the volumetrics. Now, if you work in a very busy place where maybe you have like some smoothies to make, maybe to some dessert, this machine is really good because when you program these buttons, it will allow you to calculate the amount of water, store it, and then replicate the extraction. So as you can see, we have different buttons here. We have the T button or the hot water button. We have the start and stop button, like I always say, the manual button. We have the minus, plus, standby. All these things, they have their function, but trust me, it is a simple machine to use. So I'll walk you through the easiest way you can program this particular machine. So guys, let's see how to program the volumetrics coming out from the machine. So the first thing you want to do is to remove the portafilter from the group head. As you can see, you have some water inside. Now, water is a solvent and coffee contains soluble materials. So anytime water and coffee comes together, automatically extraction will start. So it's important to always make sure you clean and dry your portafilter with a dry cloth. The next thing, you need to weigh the portafilter. Now, you weigh the portafilter to make sure that anything that will come inside the basket should be the exact amount of coffee that you actually want. That is why the scale is really important in the brewing process, because it weighs the gram. Ideally, it takes away guesswork in the brewing process. And also, if you need to update or to upgrade your recipe, you know exactly what you're taking out and what you're bringing in. With everything to zero, then you need to grind your coffee. This is a markup, the Leo 55. It's a great grinder. I do have a nice grind speed. Consistency is perfect. You can get this grinder from Q Coffee right now. So, grind your coffee. Yeah, I'll choose. So I'm going to start with 18 grams coffee. The next thing is distribution. As you can see, on one side we have less coffee, on the other side we have more coffee. Now if we temp this coffee, we have high chances. Now everything will look perfect, but when we extract the coffee, we have high chances that we have channeling, because when the machine extracts the coffee with some kind of high pressure around 9 bars. So the water will look the less resistant area pass through, and that will affect our extraction. So it's important to always make sure to distribute your coffee. And I always recommend, before you use the OCD, always try as much as possible to distribute with your hand. Now this is the OCD. This helps the beginner baristas as well as the professional barista. Now this is really important. For me, before you use the OCD, always try as much as possible to distribute with your hand. Then you need to temp your coffee. Now when you come to temp, you don't want to temp too hard, because if you temp too hard, it will really hard for the water to really extract the coffee. And when you temp too soft, it is like you have bad extraction. Now the ideal temp is around 30 pounds. The next thing, you want to pulse your group head. For some machines, when you make coffee for a period of time without making coffee, the water around the group head is too hot, so you pulse to allow the water to recycle, to bring in the right temperature. For some other machines, when you make coffee for a period of time without making coffee, the water around the group head is pretty much cold, so you pulse to recycle the group head. But the most important thing is to remove any clearance in the group head. Before you place your portafilter, you want to make sure that everything is ready, your cup is ready, everything is ready. Then you want to press this. So like I said before, you press it for some few seconds. It displays those settings select within 30 seconds. You place your portafilter in the group head like that. Put your scale, because you need to track the weight. Then you take your cup right there. I'm sorry, my scale is too big. And then you start this button. So basically, the machine actually calculates the amount of water used to brew this 18 grams coffee, stores the information inside the system. So around 36 ml, I'll stop the extraction. They will analyze the coffee. Okay, so now this is my extraction, right? This is my extraction. So exit the menu. So as you can see, we have almost 40 ml and we had 21 seconds. Now basically this information stores or record already inside the machine. So anytime I have the same grind size, the same 18 grams coffee, I will have the same output with the same time when I use this particular button. Okay, now let's analyze the coffee. This is a little bit sour. Now this coffee is on the extracted coffee, but again, it just depends what kind of roast profile you're using. For some coffees, 21 seconds, it is absolutely fine. The beginner baristas, when the coffee is below 25 seconds, actually the coffee is under extracted coffee. When the coffee is above 30 seconds, the coffee is over extracted coffee. So right now the coffee is actually under extracted because I get some sour reaction. So to fix the problem, you come to the grinder, you go a little bit finer. Now you go a little bit finer to expose more surface area, to creating more contact time, because anytime you change the grind size, you do two things. The way the grinds interconnect with each other, it will increase the brew time. So that's the easiest way you program the volumetric. So you can program any of the buttons as well as if you really want to adjust the brew boiler. Now we have 92 degrees running right now. You can either increase the temperature or you decrease the temperature as well. You can go for your steam boiler. You can either increase or you can either decrease as well. You can go for your pre-infusion. Like I said before, the pre-infusion, you can try to activate it, you can try to leave it alone. It just depends what kind of coffee you're using when you brew your coffee. Service phone, home functions, and then standby mode. It just depends when you use the machine. When you don't want to use the machine, you can leave it in standby mode. And then you have your interface. Now this machine is really simple to use, really easy to articulate, to have that delicious cup of coffee. Answer your thoughts in the comments below. For now, I'll say thanks so much for watching and hope you have a great day.